Okay. Uh, good morning, everyone. Today, I'm going to present two biology teaching questions related to life cycle of silkworm and honeybees. In these presentations, I will explain how can we teach these topics uh, by considering different learning styles of the students. Since every student learns differently, I have included activities for auditory, visual, and kinesthetic learners. So, I will also discuss suitable assessment tools to evaluate the students' understandings, and my lessons follows five main strategies. So, the five main stages are the anticipation and building of knowledge, and field visits, consolidation, and evaluation. So, in question number one, before planning any lessons, it is important to understand that the students have different learning preference. So, students learn better by listening, some by observing, and other by doing activities themselves. Therefore, while teaching the life cycle of a silkworm, I have planned separate activities for auditory, visual, and kinesthetic learner. In this lesson, uh, the teacher is not only the lecturer but also a facilitator and mentor who guides students throughout the learning process. And so, in anticipation part, uh, I always like to begin a question by creating curiosity. So, instead of directly explaining the life cycle, I first show a student piece of silk cloth, and then I will ask simple questions like uh, which is this cloth made up of? What is this cloth made up of? And where does silk come from? And have you wore silk cloths? Which insect produce silks? And what does a silkworm eats? This question helps students connect their previous knowledge with the new lessons and make them interested before the actual teaching begins. So, in uh, building knowledge, now uh, we move to the main learning activities, and I divide the students into the four groups named eggs, pupa, and adults, larva, pupa, and adult. And whenever possible, I provide the real samples such as mulberry leaves, cocoons, or preserved specimens. Along with this, I show animated videos of silkworm life cycles, and students compare the real materials with the videos. So discuss among themselves is going on will be going on, and ask the questions whenever they have doubts. So during the discussion, I explain important facts and such as how the females month lay around 500 eggs, and how larva changes several times before forming cocoon, and how silk thread is obtained from the cocoon. These activities allows students to learn through saying, listening, and discussions. So, in model diagrams, these diagrams summarize the complete life cycle of, let's call that, silkworm. So, the life cycle has four stages mainly: eggs, larva, pupa or cocoon, and adult month. So, the cycle begins when the adults month lay eggs, and these eggs hatches into the larva, and the larva feed on mulberry leaves and grow by shedding their skins several times, and later they spin a cocoon around themselves, and become pupa. Finally, the adult month emerge, mm, and lays eggs again and completing the cycles. So these diagrams helps obviously helps the students understand the separately sequence easily. So in activities 2, uh, I will do field visit to Silcom, uh, wearing a center, and for this learning becomes more meaningful when students observe real situations. So therefore I personally organize a field visit to a nearby silk farming center, and during the visits student observe different stages of silkworm, identify the males and females moths, and interact with the farmer and learn how silk is produced. They have take photographs and makes they also take photographs and make short videos and prepare a report after returning to schools. Such activities develop the observation skills and teamwork and particular understanding. So in evaluations, class tests, assessments tools. After completing the lessons, students understanding should be assessed. So for this purpose, I conduct a class test. The test includes the very short questions, and long questions as well. So students are asked to identify the different stages, explain the life cycles, and draw the labeled diagrams. So this helps evaluate both uh, their conceptual understanding and their ability to explain the scientific ideas. And observations rubrics in observations rubrics. Uh, written test alone cannot measure all learning outcomes. So therefore, I also use an observation rubrics during the classroom activities, the field visits, and I observe students' participation, teamwork, and communication skills, interest in the lessons. So project work and homework. So each criteria is graded as a excellent, medium, or minimum. So this gives a more complete picture of students learning. So in same type of questions for the honeybees life cycles. Now I move to the second questions. Uh, how can we teach honeybees life cycle? So what is about the honeybees, which is about the honeybees life cycles. The teaching process is almost the same as the previous lessons, and again I prepare the activities for auditory, visual, and kinesthetic learner followed by the suitable assessment methods. In additions, students also learn about the three types of honeybees, and the queen, and the workers, and the drones. So in interpretation part, to begin the lessons, I give each students a small spoon of honeys. So after tasting the honey, I ask the simple questions such as how does honey taste? Where do honey's bees or hives lives? And which bee makes honey? And have you ever seen beekeepings? These questions immediately attracts the students' attention and prepare them for the lessons. So, in building knowledge, next I divide the students into four groups, such just like in the previous questions, and each groups observes honeycombs and larvae and dead uh, bees if available, and then I show an educational video explaining the honeybees life cycles. During the discussion, I also explain interesting facts such as the role of queen, workers, and drone bees, and the importance of royal jelly, and how different type of bees developed. Students compare what they observe and with what they see in the videos, and then they discuss their findings. So honeybees cycles diagrams. So in this diagram shows the complete life cycles of honeybees. It has the four stages: eggs, larva, pupa, and adult bee. Depending on the type of care and food, the adult bee becomes either a queen, a worker, or a drone. So this cycle continues when queens lays new eggs, and in field visits and consolidation to strengthen the students' understanding. I arranged a field visit to a nearby beekeeping center, so students observe the hives, identify the different type of bees, and interview the beekeepings and records the important observations. After returning to the classrooms, students prepare and M charts when they where they compare queen, worker, and drones bees by identify their similarities and differences. These activities help students organize and remember what they have learned. And in evaluations, sorry. Uh, Finally, evaluations. I evaluate the students uh, students through both writing and practical assessment. The classroom test includes the objectives, short answer questions, and long answer questions. So students also draw the honeybees life cycles and explain each stage along with the written test. I use observation rubrics to assess participations, communications, teamwork, and practical performance. So constructive feedback is provided so students know how they can improve. And in summarize, to conclude my presentations, both silkworm and honeybees lessons follow the same teaching process. So first we create curiosity through interpretation. Second, students builds knowledge using group works, real specimen, and videos. And third, they gains practical experiences through field visits. And fourth, they organize their what is called that learning using charts and discussions. And finally, their understanding is evaluated through the class tests and observations. And this learner centered approach makes biology more interactive, enjoyable, and meaningful because students actively participate instead of simply memorizing the facts. Okay, thank you everyone for your kind attentions, and I will be happy to answer your questions anymore. Yeah, please comment.